like do the Captain Lou Albano and have it like all in braided with rubber bands.
Nope.
I think give that some thought.
Nope.
It could be fun.
Denied.
Denied. Kretschky is denied.
Pretty much.
Denied.
Okay, so each week we like to have some stories, news of the weird. This week, a 3-decade-old French mystery was solved. I know you guys are so worried about this French mystery.
Please tell me more.
Okay. For years, bright orange Garfield the cat phones have washed up on the French shoreline, no one knowing where they have mysteriously come from.
Where's my Garfield phone?
All right?
With lasagna?
Yes.
Okay.
No lasagna. And does anybody know why Garfield does not like Mondays? He doesn't have a job. Like,
That's
what
a
is it
good
about
question.
Mondays?
I don't know.
He loathes them.
Yeah.
There's no lasagna on Monday?
Maybe
He's
not.
having a
You listen
Monday.
to Boomtown Rats a lot, I think.
Maybe so.
Right.
So a resident of the area had told the local authorities that, like back in the 80s, that they had found a shipping container that was only visible at low tide. So decades went by, and the mysterious Garfields would just, show up on beaches on the Brittany coast, and especially like after high tide from a storm.
Is that close to the Spears Coast?
Probably. I don't know.
Brittany Coast, Spears.
Britney Spears Coast. You got it.
Oh.
You got it. So the mystery was solved when a beach cleanup organization discovered the shipping container filled with Garfield phones at the bottom of a 30-meter deep fissure.
Wow.
Kind of weird, but rising water levels would just cause the phones to come out of the container. But the mystery is really like, how did it get there? Nobody knows.
They were left there by a French guy who hates Garfield.
Who hates Garfield? How could you hate Garfield? I mean, he's just a
Bizarre.
cranky old cat,
It was Mr. Monday.
right?
Got to bring it back around.
Exactly. Just got to keep going. So that's your news of the weird, because I know everybody wanted to know about French Garfield phone.
I did. It made my life better.
Exactly.
Absolutely complete.
And if you need a phone, apparently you can just walk around and, does anybody have landline? Like, do they still do phones like that?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
I mean, but like special, like, like
Garfield
we always
phones?
had like
Specialty
cartoon phones. Like I had a piano.
Ah.
That was my phone growing up as
He has a
kid.
bat phone.
Yes, I do.
Nice.
I got it from Andy.
So I know he has
It
it.
was a Christmas
Right?
present. Yeah.
That's one of those.
He didn't re-gift it.
I know.
Nope.
Like, who's he going to give it to?
Still-
Batman?
Right?
He's already got one.
It's in the
Got the bat
It's in the
phone.
bat cave. Yes.
Nice.
Where's Batman's favorite place to be? The bat room. Oh.
Nice. Okay, so
No bad dropping jokes then from there.
Sorry.
sweet. Okay, so you have some more questions for us, don't you, weirdo?
I do.
Okay.
You thought it was over, right?
Maybe.
Nope. The torture continues.
So now you
They
guys.
said there would be no waterboarding.
no
Yeah.
waterboarding. We won't go that
We're not
route.
under UN rules here, okay?
So you guys were musicians in the 80s too, right?
Absolutely.
Were you like Wild Stallions?
Totally.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were in a band called Fury.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What was just
At least
straight
he's claiming
rock?
me now.
Yeah.
He fired me twice.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I
That's
was-
okay. He
yeah.
got to fire me in one lately. So
Yeah,
it's
but
okay. It's
got
in the
him
past
back.
few years.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, we were doing stuff like Queen and
Sticks.
Bad
Sweet
Company.
Madam Blue.
Yeah, we did a bunch of different tunes then. I was doing lead vocals. And
Rocking
Andy was
into
playing
the
guitar.
night.
Oh, yes, we did a little bit
Billy
of 38
Squire.
Special.
No.
No.
38 Special.
Yeah.
Oh, 30, yeah.
And we
that's right.
did
Yeah.
the Cars. We did we tried to do Moving in Stereo.
Yeah. There was a lot of attempts at some other songs. But
Yeah.
Right.
we had some really cool buddies that were musicians, and our school actually had a thing called Musicians Unlimited.
Oh.
And so that was actually people
Cool.
that either were in band or were not in band. And
Shout
were
out to
playing
Craig
in
Cochran and
bands.
Steve Hopper.
Yeah, sure enough.
And
it
Gwen
was-
Hughes?
Yeah. And so they all, we actually had a big group that got together, and it was like after school, curricular activities. So it was
Yeah.
cool.
Fun.
It was nice. I don't know if they do anything like that in the school system now.
Yeah,
cool.
But it's like a lot of us are still playing music. Gwen is, I don't know what, she's like one of the head musician things in the state of Georgia or something.
She does a lot of jazz.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she
Very
was
cool.
Yeah, she was a great
She's
singer.
cool like that.
But yeah, we've known each other since high school.
Yeah.
So.
So what's the biggest difference being a musician now than 80s? So, I mean, what I know that
We're a lot less cool than we were back in the 80s.
Ah.
Yeah. Immensely.
That's subjective, though. Isn't
No,
it?
not really. No, it's quantifiable. Yeah.
I don't believe it.
It is totally quantifiable, and
Yeah.
I can chart you out a matrix, but I don't have a dry erase board.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like 100 pounds less and about 40 pounds more of hair.
Oh, I can
yeah,
relate.
back then.
Let's see. Less acid wash.
Nope.
No, that was
No. We led the way. We led the way on acid wash. Greg introduced me to the Ramones, Lena Lovitch, Split Ends before they got not cool.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Kent Worley turned me on to a lot of those.
Kate
different
Bush.
types of stuff. Yeah.
Except, yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Kate
new
was
wave
cool.
and punk and stuff that we were into at that time in the 80s. That, yeah.
And Greg went to work for the record store there.
Yes. Yeah, I love working in the record store. It was wonderful.
You were at
Favorite job
Peaches,
ever.
right?
No, it was Turtles,
Turtles.
Records, and Tapes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they were all throughout the Southeast after a while. But it was mainly out of Atlanta. Then it went all the way throughout the Southeast. And then Record Bar, I think, ended up buying them out. So.
right.
But yeah, it was fun working at record stores back then. There's still a few of them out there. And it's cool to see records coming back.
Yeah,
You know,
they seem to be
collectors,
coming
yeah.
back. I hear that cassettes may too.
That's a possibility.
You know,
yeah.
I've heard
Goes that way.
I don't know.
I still have cassettes. I still have records.
Cassettes don't hold up so well, though.
No, they
No,
don't.
they
They don't
don't.
age
Yeah.
well.
No.
But vinyl does.
Yeah.
If you don't play it with bad styluses.
Or
Yeah,
leave
true.
it out in the garage,
Exactly,
It's a
where it
work,
becomes a work of art,
right?
like a bowl.
Yeah.
I'm just, I would not be very excited about cassettes coming back.
No.
I just
Yeah.
don't like that whole. I mean, they were great for their time, and I appreciate that. But having to, like rewind,
Yeah.
flip it
Yeah.
over, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I think there's some discussion that the fidelity of the digital medium is lacking,
Yes.
and that you don't get quite as much information as you had
Sure.
Yeah.
on the tapes and the.
Do you think kids today actually care about that, though?
I have no idea.
That's a
No.
good question.
I mean, like,
If it's
do
not
they,
Fortnite, they don't care.
Yeah,
Kidding.
that's
Oh.
about right.
So yeah,
Right.
are you living with that? Are you
Yeah,
living
yes.
through
For the most
Fortnite?
part.
Yeah.
We have a support group for Fortnite families.
Survived Fortnite 2019.
My favorite thing is hearing from the other room, I hate this game. I'm never playing it again. And
Then 5
then
minutes
all of a
later.
sudden, 5 minutes later, he's like, this is the best game ever.
And
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Giddy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. So,
Yes.
so does he talk to other people while he's online?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 We're doing the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who are you yelling at? I'm talking to someone. I'm not talking to you.
But you know what's key though is making sure that you have it in the same room with you, because you don't want them doing that stuff
Yeah. You need to
Alone.
hear
Right.
what's going on.
just in case. They're like, "Yeah, what are you wearing?" You don't want to
Yeah.
hear that.
They're out there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
we've always made it clear. That person on the other side could be like a 50-year-old man.
Oh, yeah.
So we're not. Yeah,
And
we're not going
13-year-olds have no expectation of privacy. Period.
No.
That's true.
None.
Yeah.
there. Here's my address.
No, we're not
Here's
doing
my
that.
phone
But
number.
we,
Come on
we,
by.
we have a very safe son, though. He's not
He's
a
very cautious.
risk taker, so we're
That's cool.
thankful for that.
Yeah.
For the most part.
He's a good egg.
Yeah.
Some days.
Well,
Most
that-
days.
You know, teen boys, right?
Yeah.
do
Oh,
you do?
13. That switch gets flipped in their head, and they
Yes.
become a different human for a little while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. Fun stuff.
All right. How about some more music?
Yes, I think we could use some.
All right.
Sweet.
How about
What are we
some-
listening to?
Next, we got David Bowie. Ashes
Bowie.
to Ashes.
Funk to
Yes,
Funky.
love it.
There we go.
Great song.
Who was the lead guitar player on the Glass Spider tour?
That was,
Let's do that one.
well, it depends.
Yeah.
Because you had two different players
Yes,
on
sir.
that. You had Peter Frampton
Uh-huh.
and you had Charlie Sexton.
Right.
Nice.
And I saw Charlie Sexton.
I saw
No
Peter
kidding.
Frampton.
Yeah, it was that Glass Spider tour. That show was probably one of the best. And I mean, I've
Yep.
seen Kiss and stuff like that, but
Sure.
production wise,
It was amazing.
It was just a captivating show. It was great.
Really? Huh.
They had people rappelling out of the roof of
Yeah.
the
What?
yeah.
This was like Pink does that, all that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He came down in a chair that was like a glass
Well, and they
chair.
had the dancers doing
Had-
it too.
He was on the phone, had all the dancers going throughout everything.
Huh.
Yeah, it was great. It's a great
Fun.
show.
Yeah, if you get a it's you can watch it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Okay. What's it called?
David Bowie, the Glass Spider
Yeah.
Tour.
Yeah.
Or you can
Okay.
own it on DVD like I do. Cause
Greg
I'm old
owns
school.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's taking notes right now. What is your favorite show you've been to? Was that one of your questions? I'm not
Favorite
taking one of
show
your
No, go ahead.
questions, am I?
Go for it.
You have 2 minutes to answer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Favorite? Wow.
Best show that you walked out and went, I mean, like it was life changing.
Well,
like that's awesome.
Life changing. I think that just the one I went to Neil Morris. I'd never seen Neil Morris live, and my best friend bought me Neil's new album, and I went to see the tour, and it was just unbelievable.
Great show.
Who's the
I
drummer?
missed that. It's Mike Portnoy,
Mike
my
Portnoy.
wife's favorite drummer.
Yeah, from Dream Theater.
Oh, okay.
And,
Yeah.
and Winery Dogs
Yeah.
and all the he played
And
with
Portnoy
everybody.
even sings one of the songs.
Yes, he does.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was really really good, and it was very. It's a whole album based on Pilgrim's Progress
Okay.
by Bunyan,
Oh, yeah.
and it follows that whole thing. So it was like a Christian rock opera. It was really cool.
Wow.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and it was at Gas Monkey Live.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really good.
I've yet to be out there. That's a decent venue.
Yeah, it's a good venue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
they've got great visuals behind the stage and everything with all the monitors and everything, and I've seen quite a few shows there.
Yeah.
Now, what was
So-
the first concert you ever saw?
First concert I ever saw was the Cars opening up for Foreigner on the Double Vision tour, September of '78.
Nice.
Wow.
And that was one where I was like yelling at the Cars to get off because I was a Foreigner fan. And then afterwards I went, oh yeah, I know that song, Just What I Needed. And I got their album and loved it and played all their songs throughout high school.
Wow.
So
And then became their fan.
yeah, I
Yes.
became a huge
Well,
fan
he's
of theirs.
responsible for me being a Cars fan. So
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah. Yeah, and of course we were in a short-lived Cars tribute band.
yeah, it didn't really get off the ground.
No, they ended up
Was
hiring
it
me to-
called Nova?
Nova. No,
It was Grand
it was
Theft
called
Auto.
Grand Theft Auto, which
we go.
somebody else took our.
Right.
What about come back here? Here you go.
And that was David Bowie with Ashes to Ashes. You're listening to ILRAD, your rock talk and pop culture show on the Fishbowl Radio Network. We have Andy Pearce and Greg Wofford in studio with us. Now, guys, it's a tradition on ILRAD when we have guests in studio that we play a little game that we like to call Keep, Gift, and Fling. And
Okay.
so are you guys ready for a little maniacal fun
Yes.
brought to you by the Weirdo Beardo? He makes it as hard as he can.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you 3 albums, and you either have to keep one, you would gift one, and you would fling one.
Ooh.
So you've got to pick a choice for each. All right. First album, David Bowie, Scary Monsters.
Oh, I would keep that.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You
Did
might
I,
wanna
did I
hear
jump the
them first.
gun?
Got to get all
You might wanna
three.
hear 'em
Sorry.
first.
Oh,
That way
there's 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you got to fit each one. The Police, Zenyatta Madonna. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms.
Yeah,
Man, I think I'm flinging Scary Monsters, man. And I would have to give Greg the Police album because he's a bigger Zenyatta Mandata head than I am. And I would keep the Dire Straits album.
Wow.
Very
Okay.
Good. Very good.
I would keep the. Oh, that's hard. The David Bowie album, I would gift the Police, and I would throw the Dire Straits. Probably as hard as I could.
That sounds personal there.
I know.
No, not really. I mean, I'd just be like, it's a good frisbee.
Little
Yeah,
passion there.
it's got some weight on it.
Boy.
Okay, so what's the big song on Scary Monsters?
Well, I mean, Ashes to Ashes
Ashes,
was the
yeah.
big one, but I like
Which
Look
we
Back
just
in
played?
Anger. I mean,
Fashion.
was great.
Turn to the
DJ
left.
was great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good songs on there, but Zenyatta Mandata was great
Brothers
too.
in Arms, though, man. It's Brothers in Arms.
Yeah, and it's really funny because I played Dire Straits songs with Andy
Yes.
in Monkey Love, but I just was never a huge fan
Not a fan.
of Dire Straits.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but I mean, they've got a great body of work, and they're a great band. And
Police
as
is
a matter of
great, though.
fact, Andy does the Dang Straits, Dire Straits
Yeah.
tribute
Dang
band.
straight.
And people in bars
Dying
like their
Straits.
music.
They do. They
So
do.
there you go.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
But it's just like ice cream.
Are they going to start throwing CDs at you?
I hope not.
I'm
I
bringing an
bruise.
album to throw
I know,
out next
right?
time.
I'll try to catch it.
All right, here's round 2.
Okay.
Peter Gabriel, So. Genesis, self-titled. Yes, 90125.
Ooh. Oh, I hate you so much right now.
He gets that a lot when we play this game.
I got to hear Greg's answers
Oh,
first.
so I go first this
Well,
time.
I'll go first if you want me to.
No, it's okay. I'll go first. I'm going to keep Yes.
Okay.
I am going to gift Genesis and throw Peter Gabriel.
That's a
I
rough.
can't believe I said that.
I can't either.
rough.
Pox
It
on
was
you and your
hard.
household.
I would want to gift those last two and not throw anything.
Sure.
Right.
I got to keep the Yes album. I got to keep the Yes album because it's just, that it pains me so.
Yeah, I know.
And
you're a
and you
huge
know what?
fan.
I would keep Peter Gabriel and I would discard the Genesis album.
yeah.
Oh, that
Are you being
hurts.
nice? Try to say
That
it nicely.
hurts. That hurts to say. Oh,
Gingerly tossed.
I know. I gingerly provide it to a homeless guy. Here you go.
Oh.
It's really good.
Right. You
Please
don't have
don't break
anything
it.
to listen to it
I
on,
know,
but
right?
hey, I'll just buy it back from you.
Now, if you fling it to each other, then you get to keep it.
Yeah, there
There
we
you
go.
go.
Loophole,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
So you're talking loopholes.
Round 3.
I'm here.
Ding, ding. All right. Kiss, Lick It Up. Van Halen, 1984. And AC/DC, Back in Black.
I would fling Kiss, and I would fling Van Halen, and I would keep AC/DC.
We've got a double flinger right here, baby.
Right? It makes up for the other one, right?
I would try to hit Greg with the Kiss album.
He would. He was not a huge fan of that genre of music. I would definitely keep Kiss because
Because he loves
that,
Kiss.
and then, that's actually
Kiss Army.
That was
Right.
the tour that I met them on. So
Of course, my wife is
Yeah,
right now
that's
going,
the-
"How could you throw a Kiss
that was-
album away?"
for a Kiss fan, it was huge.
Well, you could have
I loved
gifted it to her.
No, because then I would have to hear it.
Now, what was,
And
yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, what was the album that they took the face paint off and
That was
after?
it.
Lick
That
It
was
Up.
it.
Yeah.
That was the first
Okay.
tour
You picked
without
well.
makeup. Yeah, and I think it was like their first or second date, December 26, 1983.
Not that he
I
knows.
actually met them exactly.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah,
What
I
were you
remember that.
wearing? And
Yeah, actually,
He knows
that's
what
the
he's
funny
wearing.
part was I was actually wearing a shirt with the Japanese symbols on it, and I asked Gene what it was, and actually I don't know that I could repeat what we said on the radio, but I told him something that was similar to what he said, and it is actually a lyric in the next Kiss album. So yeah,
How
it was,
cryptic.
it was a lot of fun.
That's
But he was probably one of the nicest guys.
And you
I
want to
ever
know
met.
what kind of pants he was wearing? Blue jeans.
Yeah.
Because that's all he wore for like
Yeah, it was blue jeans.
probably 2 decades.
Yeah, still do.
The same ones,
well,
right?
you know. It
But,
Don't know.
Yeah, so the other record, I guess, would keep or gift the Back in Black and
Okay.
fling the Van Halen.
Okay.
You know, yeah. I mean, that was a great tour.
Which
too.
Van Halen album? The Van Halen album or the
It's
Van Hagar?
1984.
84. Oh yeah, fling
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
fling it,
Yeah.
fling it.
Yeah,
It was like Hagar
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know, but fling it.
yeah,
Right.
and it definitely would fling it because I had second row seats, I think, for that tour, and David Lee Roth flung his sweat on us. That was
Oh.
gross. Girls were loving
Oh.
it, but it was gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you know,
kind of
Yeah.
gross.
That would be
Yeah.
punk, except it's not.
No, it wasn't.
Yuck.
You weren't a 15-year-old girl who was like,
Nor do I claim to be now.
that's That's good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know, Andy.
Yeah, not self-designating as a 15-year-old girl.
You're terrible.
Right. All right. Well, I think he's got a couple more rounds
Oh,
of
cool.
that to
Okay.
go. But before the break, stick around. Through the break, we've got lots more 80s music and more with Andy and Greg. You're listening to Ill Red on the Fishbowl Radio Network. Woohoo.
You switch that off. And the commercials. Yeah, just kill it so it goes to commercials.
Montrose.
Where'd all the commercials go?
That could be.
I don't know. No, but we can do that
Yeah.
because there's not enough
There you go. I
bad
just
motor.
moved them
What are
wrong.
you gonna do? Like bad motor scooter, like
Yeah.
15 times?
That's
I'm not
why
as
we have
efficient
you
as you
in
are with
here,
that.
because
That's true.
No, I was thinking of Hagar. I was like,
are you gonna pull that
yeah,
song back
that was
over?
the first.
Which song?
No, I was
The
thinking
one that,
in terms of
Yeah.
Hagar. It was like he came.
Can I
from-
pull that from
Those two.
there?
Oh yeah, Montrose,
Yeah. True.
and then himself. And
It's always
you.
fun when we go a little crazy.
So not a Roth fan, huh?
no,
Just
actually though, I went and saw the Eat 'Em and Smile tour. And that was the first show that Steve Vai was on. Because Steve Vai came in to take the place of
Oh, who's that guy?
what's his name? The guy that got
I thought it
Lou
was.
Gehrig's disease.
I thought it was Steve Vai the whole time.
No, this kid came in to play, and he developed ALS,
Ah.
and they called Vian.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
If you're watching us on Facebook Live right now and you want to hear the music, we have an all 80s playlist going over on fbrn.us. Click on the green stream. You'll see Charles and I with our crazy little finger guns going, and you'll be able to hear the music after the break.
Sweet.
All right. Do it.
Do it now.
Yes.
So I have a little segment. I'm going to pull one of this out
Okay.
called This or That 80s
Nice.
edition.
Ooh.
And it made me think of what we were talking about. Which is the better guitar moment in a movie? The Back to the Future or the Crossroads?
Crossroads.
Oh, Crossroads.
Yeah.
That's a no-winner.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
no
that's-
brainer.
That's easy.
Love that.
Speaking of Steve Vai, right?
Steve
Yeah.
Vai, exactly.
But the thing about the Back to the Future one is it's that guitar didn't exist when in 1953 when he was supposed to be there. So
True.
it was like that guitar
That's-
hadn't even been made yet. It was a 57.
Well,
That makes sense. I didn't even think of that.
It was a paradox.
Yeah.
Ruined the whole movie for me.
Paradox. I was in that band.
Yeah, you were. Paradox.
Paradox.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
great. Now I'm going to have to go back and watch that movie and be like,
A pox on you,
Right.
movie. Suspension of disbelief.
ruined it for
Fail.
me.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, and that Marshall stack he was playing through.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
In 1953.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he was playing through a 57 Deluxe, which is still
Yeah,
wrong.
it doesn't fit. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
okay.
Right now we're listening to Tears for Fears.
What
Everybody wants to
song?
roll the boat.
Awesome.
Okay, movie. What movie used that song to great effect?
Ooh.
I should know this.
Popcorn. There was a lot of popcorn.
A lot of popcorn.
Oh, I know.
We know this
Yes.
one.
I know.
We know.
Our son's a fan of that movie.
It's
Yes.
a great movie,
It
isn't it?
is.
He has a
it is.
T-shirt that Val Kilmer's character wears
Nice.
that says
Yeah.
"I heart toxic
Yes.
waste."
Yes.
Nice.
Real
Nice.
genius. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
Don't eat that sandwich.
Yeah.
It could cause enormous breasts. I'm too late.
Classic. Oh, that's a classic.
It is an amazing movie.
That was on that. Yeah,
It was
right.
as they're playing when the popcorn bomb
Starts
goes off in the
Yeah,
house.
and they're all throwing
That's right.
popcorn out in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
yard. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the outro. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
fun.
So, what do you think of all these? Hopefully, I'm not cutting into your stories. They're doing a lot of
Nope.
remakes, reboots of '80s movies to
I
to
think
now.
I think that sucks.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that they need to come up with their own ideas and
Yeah.
stop contaminating the stream.
No,
Right.
no new creativity, right?
No, I know.
No.
It's just it's
Yeah.
so frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, then you have Disney doing live action of all their animated,
Animated movies.
I'm sorry. Will Smith is going to look back on this and go, "What was I thinking?"
Regrets.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
regrets.
Why
He looks like
was I the genie?
a bad
Like After
impression
Earth.
of,
Regrets.
he looks like a bad member of Blue Man Group or
something.
or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah,
And that's
it doesn't
sad.
look good.
Okay, Shazam or Captain Marvel?
Ooh.
Ooh, you
I bet
getting
I know
me
what
stuff.
you're gonna say.
Yeah.
I give you stuff.
I'm going Shazam.
I'm going Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Well, okay, cool. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. Shazam. I don't know. They did a great job with the fish guy, but I don't know. I mean, is it gonna go back to Dark Knight?
No.
Craziness?
Shazam is just too silly.
It is.
It
is.
it'll
Yeah,
be a
Unless
fun
they
I
try to
think
make
it's
him
gonna be-
edgy.
I go Captain Marvel.
I hope Captain Marvel. I was shocked because I was expecting to hate Captain Marvel. I actually
we haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen
No,
it yet?
No, we
Me either.
we
Okay.
got to see that.
We've got to see it.
Okay.
Okay, so Shazam, I will say, I'm not as familiar with the character, so that's why I would say Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel is in the series that I'm currently reading right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I would choose that.
Yeah.
I think DC's movies are starting to get better. They're starting. Okay.
Aquaman was brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say something very unpopular.
Go ahead.
Do
You
it.
go, girl.
Do it.
I was not
it.
a fan of Wonder Woman.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay,
Wow.
so I
All right,
liked.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, I know. This interview is
No,
over.
Okay, I liked the TV show. I liked Linda Carter's character. I like
yeah.
Wonder Woman as a character. I
I liked Linda Carter in that role for a different reason.
right. I'm sure you did.
Preach
I
it,
know
brother.
she's pretty. Okay, she's pretty hot. Even I can admit that.
That's why I married my wife.
But that being said, I understand why everybody loved Wonder Woman the movie, and I enjoyed it, but it was kind of boring. Like, it took a while for me to get into it. I was like,
Do you want to come back or
really?
keep talking?
Oh, yeah, we're going to come
Sorry.
back here after this one.
No,
But
we're having too much fun.
Oh, cool.
I know, right?
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Is there a show after us? We'll just keep on going. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go.
He's like, you are listening to IllRed, your rock talk and pop culture show on the Fishbowl Radio Network. We are just having way too much fun here in studio. We've got
Yay.
the Weirdo Beardo.
What up?
We've got Andy and Greg in studio with us.
I think we need nicknames too, because the Weirdo Beardo is cool.
Yeah.
Work on
Weirdo,
that.
Beardo.
No, dude, I tried to go. No, look, I tried to grow a beard. I think that I've never done it, and so the facial hair, once it exits my face, gets confused and doesn't know where to go. It's just like it looks like a 12-year-old trying to grow a beard. It's
Ironically,
horrible.
that's our son too.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he has these like 5 or 6 strands. He swears it's
It's
The
like-
struggle is real, Holmes.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we keep telling him, if you would just like shave that, it
Yeah.
it would start coming in. And he's like,
Oh,
no,
he takes an
no,
offense to it.
No, why would you say that?
This is magnificent.
This is the most amazing beard ever.
Yeah,
You bet,
I mean,
buddy.
how many 13-year-olds have a beard?
I know.
Oh, well, just about
There
like
you go.
every third 13-year-old right now. That's okay.
So,
So if you want to see the fun we are having, like talking about comics, music, all the good stuff, be sure to jump over on Facebook Live to watch us put the guys in the hot seat for some games and all kinds of good stuff. Facebook.com/IllRadRadio for more exclusive content. You've got some more 80s songs. I see like a playlist full of 80s songs we need
Would
to
that
get
be
to.
a plethora?
A plethora.
Yes, a plethora.
Cornucopia.
A plethora, which is also
A
from the 80s.
smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord.
Well, what we've got next here is a band you guys over there might have heard of. They're kind of crossover 80s alternative. Adam Again? Heard of them? Okay, they were
Ooh.
under a Christian label.
Oh, cool.
But very they toured with like the band Undercover, Christian
Oh,
punk
okay.
band.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
A little more funkier sound, so
Funky.
yeah, so let's play that.
Sweet.
Okay.
Alright.
Like, have you ever heard Daniel Ament?
Yes.
Horrendous Disc?
I'm familiar with that one.
Oh, that's the best one.
Yeah.
That's I Love You, number 19.
80s? Is it?
No, this
Or-
was 70, probably 78, 79.
I'll check it out. Huh.
Yeah. But yeah, they had Alarma and all that kind of stuff in the
yeah.
80s.
Vox Humana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
oh, I love it.
Yeah, me too.
It's good stuff.
Okay, so Charles has another game for you guys.
Yes.
All right.
Well, do we want to do the bonus round of the keep, gift, or fling, or we want to save that to the tail end?
You decide. You're the game man.
The quiz.
We're
Matt.
playing for charity.
The quiz.
12-year-old beard follically challenged boys of America.
Pretty much.
Here's an interesting game, and it's going to include me talking a little bit. My throat's a little rough, so we'll.
Do you want me to do it?
Do you want to? Can you read my handwriting? That's a bigger question.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Go back to keep gift bling. Okay, this is one that he likes to call. So we'll just try with one. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called emo or po. So are they lyrics to an emo song, or are they from Edgar Allan Poe?
Ah.
I caught that one. Yes.
So that could be emo, like
I thought it was like the artist Poe. So isn't that the same thing?
Yeah. Think Andy and I
then-
found a new band name, Emo Po.
Emo Poe.
That would be great.
that's funny. Now on the emo side, that could be post punk. It could be shoegaze, something downtrodden lyrics.
I'm just trying to imagine you guys in like a emo
Shoegaze.
band.
I know, that'd be
Yeah.
cool. I don't have the eyeshadow for it.
It would be a Gary Newman wig.
I know, right? Yeah, totally. That'd be sweet.
That's awesome. All right, here we go. All right. Then in my childhood, in the drawn,
You want to? Oh, he's gonna have to put this up real quick. Hold on.
auto.
Yes.
All right, there we go. All right. Then in my childhood, in the drawn.
No. Oh no, we're just doing
We're just
Facebook Live.
Facebook.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not putting this
Take
stuff
3.
on Fishbowl.
No, we don't want to torture.
Torture
That many
everybody.
Yeah, I know, right?
If you're on Facebook Live, that's your problem. No,
Yeah,
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
you're doomed.
All right, here we go. Then in my childhood, in the dawn of a most stormy life, was drawn from every depth of good and ill, the mystery which binds me still.
Man.
You need a lifeline?
I was it too at first, but I wasn't
I
sure.
think we're going to go with emo.
Poe.
You went with Poe. Oh, you backstabbing. So-and-so.
I was
that-
so on the fence.
Is that your final answer?
Well, I guess it is mine.
Okay, so Andy's emo, Greg is Poe.
Yeah.
Okay, who gets the point?
It is Poe from The Raven.
Ah, quote the
Nice.
Raven,
Yes.
nevermore. That's the only part I didn't know about that.
Okay, let's do.
Okay,
let's
give
do.
us a good
Let's
one.
do one more here, and then we'll bounce around. And I'm stuck in a shack down the back of the sea. Oh, and I'm alive and I'm alone, inside a sick, sick dream. Oh, it is me. Is it me that feels so weak? I cannot deceive, but I find it hard to speak.
Emo.
That was
Emo.
like, yeah.
They said it in unison.
Yes, we did.
You know the song?
No.
Oh, you get
Eno.
Jesus and the Mary Chain.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
I like them.
So-
Are they really emo, though?
Well,
That's
shoegaze, kind of
Ish.
dark.
Some of it,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's darker.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess we'll let that stand.
Judges says.
Ding, ding,
Sure they
ding, ding.
says, right.
Oh, we're sorry.
Nice.
You have to be decapitated.
Exciting stuff.
Off with his head.
Off with his head.
Okay, so did you guys hear about in the news? NBC News reported about
Fake news.
This could very well be. So, would you spend 2 months in bed for $19,000?
With who?
With
all by yourself,
Not with him, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like I did that a little bit last year.
right?
I know I did.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I say no.
Nearly.
I think it cost me that much.
Yeah.
So, NASA and the European Space Agency are working on an experiment. For many, staying in bed for 2 months for $19,000 would be a dream come true,
I can save him some
yeah.
work.
right?
Hey, just look
They
at
could
this body.
contact you.
This is exactly the outcome you would get.
It's all good. So they took 24 participants, 12 men and women, and they are being paid to spend 60 consecutive days in bed for the artificial gravity bed rest study.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So during the study, researchers will simulate what it would be like for astronauts doing deep space travel. So the whole
they have
goal
to be
is
able to
for going
roll
Mars.
over a lot.
Well, actually, they have come up with, they will create artificial gravity in a human centrifuge environment.
Wow.
So basically, you will just be spinning and spinning and spinning.
Dude, my inner ear, I'd be barfing. It'd be 60 days of vomit.
But it'll save bed sores, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Can I binge Netflix in this? I mean, am I just doing nothing or music or?
Well, it depends on what part of the centrifuge your TV's on.
Never mind.
Yeah,
That's a nightmare.
I know, right?
now that they've,
Until
once
it
they said
becomes
they had me
loathsome to
until
you
they
and comes
said
out of your nostrils.
centrifuge, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm good. So they started the 2-month study last Monday in Germany, and they received $19,000 for the study.
So Germans are hard up for money, apparently.
Seems so.
Yeah.
Was it euros or dollars?
The NBC News story actually had
Fake news.
converted it into
Fake news.
It was something like 38,000, but dollars, U.S. dollars. It was 19.
Euros.
Yeah.
Yes. Hans, get me some of those euros.
That's funny.
I don't know if it's worth it.
No.
If I wasn't working, I would do it.
Euros
Too
for
many people know that
churros.
I would like to stay in bed.
Right.
I mean, I like bed, but
Not that much.
they have to do, but they don't get up. There's no standing up. There's no nothing. So
Perpetually
elimination and all that there. Yeah.
Trust
I'm
me,
not really excited
having
about
had
that.
to deal with this leg thing, I had to stay off my foot for a long time, and you
Yes.
can get tired of laying in bed and eating steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Wow.
So,
Been there, huh?
I'd love
High
it.
protein diet and no movement.
yeah, I was gonna say, so they like brought you steak.
Well,
Yeah.
Linda Carter did.
Hey, that helps a lot.
The
It
lasso
does.
Yeah.
brings a whole new meaning to the lasso of truth.
I know, right?
Wow.
She's got that one figured out. That's why she's got the codes to my phone.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
That's great.
Yes. So 19. So I don't know. Would you?
I'm torn on that. I wasn't nearly as bedridden
You were
than
like
home-ridden, but
chair ridden.
I want to know what my activity, what I'm able
Yeah.
to do. Am I perpetually spinning? I can't sleep that way.
You would think not.
I mean,
You probably could.
Yeah, I bet you could.
you get used to it.
I don't know.
I don't have the best equilibrium. That'd throw me off.
Yeah.
Spinning a chair and I'm
And also, are you like in? I wanted to think. Are you in the centrifuge with like a bunch of people? And if so, if so and so over here is
Spin it,
barfing,
bumping-
are they
bumping
like?
into each other?
Whacking into you.
Was that Spies Like Us when they're in the centrifuge?
That was
Yes.
awesome. That was so great.
Yeah,
They
that's
come
funny.
out. They're like, "Do you want some coffee?"
That was great.
Great 80s movie.
Yes, it
doctor,
was.
Doctor. Doctor.
Who did the
And
soundtrack
Doctor.
song?
Yes.
Soundtrack song.
That was Spies Like Us.
Uh-huh.
Paul McCartney.
There you go.
Wow.
I tried out
Spies
to the
Like Us.
Yeah.
third grade talent show, dancing to that song.
Nice.
Nice.
That was.
Awesome.
Now, was that the same time you were trying to be in the real world, or
Yeah.
No,
a little bit later?
yeah, that's a little later.
A little bit. Just a little.
Just a tiny bit.
smidge. Year or two.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell the age. Yeah. It was fourth grade and Stevie Wonder superstition for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so
super
awesome.
embarrassing.
You know,
You come back after this?
Yes.
Okay.
right now we're playing Under the Milky Way by the Church.
Oh, the
Ah,
church.
nice,
Love this
nice.
song.
Very cool.
Aren't they, or
Milky
were they coming
Way
to play?
tonight.
I thought I saw something on the church.
Yeah.
Really?
Recently.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
So I
they're
think they only had
touring.
one song, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was, yeah, their larger one, yeah. And they, of course, I think of them, I think of 120 minutes on MTV.
Oh, dude, 120
Yeah.
minutes was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Great, great.
Wow.
Night Flight.
Yeah, Night
Night
Flight was
Flight.
Night
great.
Flight.
They brought that back too.
There's
but
a
it's only
Facebook page on
snippets.
that.
Oh,
Night Flight.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. King's X. That's the first time I saw King's X was on Night Flight.
Oh, nice.
And the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Ironically, that's next on deck.
King's X?
Yep.
Which song?
Over my head.
Over My Head.
Yep.
Cool.
I think
He's
that's
reading a book about them right
yeah,
now.
just
Really?
yeah. They just put one out, and it's really interesting.
The
It's
Ill Red Book Club.
But
chapter
dude,
by chapter.
like,
It's the
I'm-
history of it.
I'm friends on Facebook with Doug Pinnick
Yeah.
and Jerry,
Oh, yeah.
and like I don't know that there's a book out. That's wrong, Doug.
Yeah.
Doug.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember how I found out about it. It wasn't through any of those outlets, or was it it wasn't even the King's X page.
Is it authorized or unauthorized biography?
It was
or-
authorized.
Authorized?
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's basically it's almost like the whole book, chapter by chapter interview question.
Oh, that's cool.
And it goes to each band
cool.
member.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I think that's the band I've probably seen the most.
Yeah, they're great.
I mean that. Yeah, I discovered them in high school, and I'm like, this is just a whole new dynamic of rock.
Yeah.
Just
Have you ever listened to Galactic Cowboys
yes, yeah.
I love
Saw them
Galactic
with the.
with
Yeah.
King's X?
As a matter of fact, it was a tree show.
Space in Your Face?
Loudest concert I'd ever been.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was right, and it was Galactic set that just.
yeah.
I was deaf for like 4 or 5 days.
I
at
don't
least.
doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That explains a whole lot why you can't hear me.
Now, they're not. Are they doing anything
You
anymore?
sure that's
Galactic?
it?
They-
I'm pretty
they
sure
put out
that's.
a-
You're probably right. No.
They put out an album in, was it 2016 or 17?
Huh.
And yeah, they did a reunion tour in 2009, I think.
Wow.
So yeah, they're awesome. I'm friends with Dane on Facebook and
Cool.
Ben
Cool.
Hudgens.
Seems
Huggins.
like was it Space Cowboy? Is it? I don't think it's in print now.
Space in Your Face.
What's the name of the first album with the
Space.
cat-
Yeah, Space in
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
Face was
yeah.
the first album.
Yeah, I don't know if that's in print or
I don't know.
I couldn't find it
Oh,
circulated.
well, if I find a copy, I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
It's it's awesome. Strangely enough, my favorite I think my favorite album is the last one, Letting Go.
Haven't heard that one.
Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, it's pretty good.
From Frozen?
No,
Oh.
it predated that.
Sorry.
Walt Disney's
You
Spinning
said
in
Let
His
It
Grave
Go,
is my
and I'm
favorite
like,
song
oh,
off that
God.
album. If I Was a Killer, I like that song on
Yeah.
Space in Your Face.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. That's cool. Should we come back after this?
Sure.
Okay.
We've got about a
My
minute.
head.
All right.
All right.
What time is it? Oh, wow.
8:15.
So you know how King's X came together, right?
Can you tell us in less than a minute?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
They were Phil Keaggy's
don't
backing
believe it.
band. It didn't come from NBC.
Some fake news
Good.
again.
Fake news. No, they were they're Phil Keaggy's backing band.
Wow.
Yeah,
Huh.
back in the 70s. And then they had a band called like First Edition or I can't remember something
Yeah.
weird
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
Huh.
Kenny Rogers was leading that one.
I was going to say Kenny Rogers.
Second I can't remember what it was. It was something
Yeah,
weird.
some kind of edition.
Someone who has his phone out could look it up.
Edition
All right.
2.0.
All right. 15 seconds. Coming
All right.
back. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Came from the
Wow.
whole Christian
Yep.
rock thing.
Here we go.
You are listening to Ill Rat on the Fishbowl Radio Network. We are having a lot of fun here in studio right now.
Yay, that
Tons.
makes me happy.
Tons of fun.
That means you have to come back next week
Okay.
so we can have
Yeah.
more fun.
I got no place else to go. I was told there would be soup.
No soup for you.
No soup for you.
Yes.
1 year.
Okay, so, today is the day that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Yeah.
inducted their 2019 class.
Who did they indict?
Okay, so, let's see, we've got a whole list here. Def Leppard, Janet Jackson, Radiohead, Roxy Music, Stevie Nicks, and the Zombies, and The Cure.
Oh, I am so okay with all of those. Strangely enough.
Yeah.
All right, so, but what else can we talk about? Because I know Charles has a Cure song on the playlist tonight. They
You
are
do.
actually going to release release an album. Robert Smith of The Cure confirmed that the band has been in studio recording their first record in 10 years. Wow. How
Very
excited
cool.
are
That's
you,
awesome.
weirdo?
I'm excited.
Is Boris going to be on it though?
I don't know. I haven't
Didn't
read
say.
anything on it at all.
He didn't let the album title go, but he did say it sounds like us, and he felt like he's still doing this for the right reasons. No release date yet, but they'll be covering different styles of music.
Well, that sounds like us doesn't really pin.
How could it not sound
Well,
like
yeah,
them?
I mean, what else would
nobody
it?
else sounds like Robert Smith. Hello, that's Robert Smith here. I'm trying to sound like Kenny Rogers.
And that's proof that no one sounds like Robert Smith. But Robert Smith right there.
Exactly. But can we just talk for a minute? Like, he's got to get some new makeup tips.
Yeah, he didn't look too much.
I
I
went.
guess
He's
you
going to
can be.
need more as he gets older.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, I went and saw.
Wow.
What was that? High Infidelity. Who? REO
REO
Speedwagon.
Speedwagon, yes.
Okay, I took my wife to see REO Speedwagon, right? And she looks at me halfway through the first song, and she goes, "He looks just like the grandmother from Golden Girls." And he did, and that's all I could see for the rest of the show. And I was just like going, "Oh, great! Well, you've ruined the concert for me."
Oh, you planted that seed
That's
right
it.
there.
That is so good. I actually went and saw, I think, probably the exact same
Great. Now
concert.
I can't unthink that.
Right, Kevin Cronin. I was
does.
never a huge fan of theirs. And they were all, everybody, they went to one side of the stage, almost the whole band are over that way. And I hear this story. I'm standing in the middle of the floor at the Omni, pretty much by myself with my arms crossed looking straight, like, whatever. And everybody else was over on the other side and just cracked my friends up.
Oh my god.
I was like, I was there, you know, I liked them. We did songs by them in bands, but
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I was like, so not impressed, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, he was like that.
yeah.
He was
It
very
the Golden Girls.
confrontational.
It was the Golden Girls.
Lee.
Yeah, I was kind of a jerk back then.
That's okay. We still love you anyway.
Oh,
It works.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, what do you guys think about Janet Jackson being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, just because it's called Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's a music Hall of Fame, really. So,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, she's got a good body of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there other bands I'd love to see in there? Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think she
So,
deserves it.
yeah.
I mean, she legitimized the Minneapolis sound as being something not just Prince and Prince proteges
Yeah.
can do.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why not?
And
Anyone you want to see in there that's
Little Feat.
Little Feet. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's me and two other people.
Yeah.
Sure.
One guy's homeless.
Not me.
you two guys voting for this?
No, I'm not.
He's not.
No, but it'd be cool if they were in there. But yeah, no.
Right.
Who would you like to see, Gregory?
I don't know, because there's so many bands that they exclude that I really don't have a whole lot of love for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Pox on
I'm
them.
kind of Eddie Trunk on it, you know.
Yeah.
So I just kind of.
I'm more Steve Miller.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I'm Steve Miller in it too, but yeah, I don't know that anybody that's not in there that should be in there, because I really don't keep up with all the inductees.
Anyone in there that you think
Shouldn't be in there.
Why?
do you want to say? I guess a bigger question.
I don't want to say. I'd like
I'm sure Greg
on the
hasn't been
grounds that
yet.
it would incriminate.
I think Bing Crosby should not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh no, Crosby rocked. Well, no,
Bing
Sinatra
Crosby,
rocked.
Bob Stills, and John Nash.
Yeah.
That's a riot.
All right. Yeah. How about you, Charles? Radiohead? I
I'm
know
a
they're
Radiohead
one
fan.
of your
Yeah.
favorite
Radiohead's
bands.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, just for OK Computer, if they never
Oh.
did another thing, and Roxy Music,
Oh,
Avalon.
No kidding. Absolutely.
I mean, come on,
Yeah,
that
true.
launched 1,000 dates.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Radiohead has been nominated year after year after year lately. I've seen them on
Yeah.
the list at least the past 3-4 years.
Yeah.
So,
I'm really disappointed that LL Cool J didn't get in.
yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you
he was
really?
one of those. Yeah.
Mama said, "Knock you out."
Yeah.
Right.
He's the GOAT, man.
Mama
He's the
said,
greatest
"Knock
of
you
all
out."
time.
Don't call it a comeback.
He was going back to Cali, I guess. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Right.
Sorry, I missed my cue.
Yeah,
Could we do that again?
Yeah.
Just cut and let's
Rewind.
go back.
Yeah. Can we rewind
I
the
don't
cassette?
think so.
Right. All right, you've got some more music for us.
I do. And as we were talking earlier, here's some King's X Over My Head.
Yes, King's
Cool.
X. They should be in the Rocket.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a personal.
No, but they
Personal
really
one.
should. Just think of how many bands they've, inspired. Pretty, anybody who detunes their guitar to drop D.
It's
Yeah.
such a thick sound vocally, sonic. I mean,
And you know what I figured out? Until you tune your bass down to like C, you're not going to get the same kind of sound that Doug Pinnick got out of his bass. You just
True.
will not.
Sonically, yeah.
Sonically, yeah.
yeah.
Except for the Grateful and Dead, they were pretty close to that.
No.
Y'all tuned down?
No, we never tuned down.
No,
Never.
no, I just played a 5-string.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But some of my favorite bass playing from you is on Grateful and Dead stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Because you just shot from the hip and you just went where you wanted to. Which is
That's
great.
true. I had fun.
So
I had
let's
fun.
talk about this. First time we're talking on here about this band here. Talk about Ungrateful Dead.
Okay, Grateful,
Yeah.
Grateful
Grateful
Undead.
Undead.
The Ungrateful Dead.
Yeah, we were ungrateful. I was ungrateful.
Ungrateful.
Oh man.
No, it was. Tell the story. You told them the story earlier.
Okay, yeah. Andy and I, of course, like I said before, we went
Known
to high
each other
school
since we
together.
were embryos.
Yeah, back in 81, 82. In high school. Didn't catch back up again till Facebook 2010. Get a hold of him. He's playing in local bands. And, we started talking about music. He says, do you still play? I've got a project I'm working on. And he said, let's get together for dinner and we'll discuss it. So I don't know what he's got planned. He comes to me with a Christian heavy rock sound, wants to do. And he says, I got a buddy, Charles and Michelle, they've got a ministry that's going on. And it's more coffee house, but we're going to try and do a rock band there.
Place is a real
And I
vibe.
said, okay, great. And
Gravity is
so
a harsh mistress.
yeah, exactly. Got too excited there. And so that was the start of the Grateful and Dead. We got together with a great drummer, Jimmy Siddons.
Jimmy Siddons.
And formed it. Andy wrote the songs, and we played, some other covers also. But
Yeah.
it was great. It was a wonderful night. And from what I understand, it kind of helped spur things along with the folks there at the church to actually get invested in doing radio time. And
Yeah.
you guys ended up
Yep.
bringing big artists in and everything.
Yeah.
It was a tiny little thing that we did, a little seed, but it was fun. We had
Yeah.
a great time,
Fun.
and always enjoy hanging out with you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
And
that
I
was
think
fun.
we would have liked to have done more, but things just happened.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. Yeah.
As they do with musicians,
they
life
do.
happens.
Life
Yeah.
life happens. But I would love to get back together with Jimmy and try the threesome
Yeah.
again and see if we could.
2.0.
All right,
Make it
Jimmy,
work.
let's do
Yeah,
it.
Nice. That's awesome.
that would be
That's
cool.
awesome. Cool.
Cool.
So I don't know if she's still on Facebook Live, but our very first Worship Lounge band. So you guys were our second date that played.
Awesome.
The very first was Wide Awake.
Oh,
Michael
Nobles?
Yeah.
and Caitlin
Oh, yeah.
Rogers, and
Who-
Caitlin was on
Facebook.
the Facebook Live page.
oh, that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wide Awake.
Yeah, we had
Wow.
Michael
They were just
play with
babies
us
back
too.
then.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
We did.
Was
We
it a-
played it
was a
several
couple
times.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually, yeah.
We
and
played several times because we had Michael come out with us one time and do
Revelation
Revelation
song.
song,
And
yeah.
actually, it was the time that we played
Yes.
that he came up and sang with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought we did more than once.
Nah, we did one gig. It was
okay.
That was it.
Oh, we did the
Well,
trunk or treat.
We did the trunk or treat at church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That's fun.
Lots
That was
of
cool.
fun memories. They were just babies back then.
Yeah. And we were noobs at concerts.
Totally.
I mean, we were just,
Totally.
I remember our first big concert was Sanctus Real.
Oh man,
yeah.
yeah.
I was in a
remember
fetal
that.
position. I'm like, what did I get myself into?
Well, I spent all night driving people back and forth from the hotel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Back
Oh
and
my
forth.
goodness.
Yep.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
Because
you
we thought we were like going, okay, well, we can sell our car, and cover cover the band's expense.
Well, it was
Right?
actually a good deal. They came to us because we had actually booked Seventh Day Slumber on our own because they saw that on our calendar. They said, "Hey, 3 weeks." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, 3 weeks? There's no
3
promo
weeks?
time."
What?
Yeah.
But there was no, it was a split. We didn't, it was not much financial on
Yeah.
our end. Just host it.
But I felt like you were going to explode a vein.
Oh, I know.
Probably.
I thought you were
I wanted
wacky wiggler.
He's
the
got
best
this
show.
like
you
one
know?
vein on the side of his head. You can tell it starts.
Yeah, that's the
with-
Clint Eastwood vein.
Calm down. It's gonna be okay.
That's the get off my lawn thing.
I'll
Yeah.
just sell my car.
Right.
Everything will be okay.
Exactly.
It's all right.
But then we grew to love the rodeos. Every rodeo,
Yes.
Oh, that's
each
great.
individual one,
Yes. It
wild
was
and
fun.
crazy.
Did you guys have like Flyback and some other bands like that came through?
No,
We had
Paramore?
no. We are not Paramore material.
no.
We had Sent by Ravens.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
We had House of Heroes.
Sweet.
Ah, I love House
Submission
of Heroes.
Red.
Mm.
Yeah.
House of Heroes, one of my all-time favorite
Excellent.
bands.
Excellent
They're just-
band.
They are
I think they are so
underrated.
underrated
Oh,
for
yeah.
their
Yeah.
talent. But
They are so strong, power pop, just in your face.
Lyrically-
My wife loves them. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, yeah.
I like power pop.
Lyrically, definitely.
Oh,
Fun.
speaking of power pop, one of Greg's bestest buddies is in a band called the Penguins. Pinguin. How do you say it?
Ooh.
The Penguins.
Penguins.
Penguins. Uh-huh.
Penguins.
Yeah,
It's a small bird, flightless.
artists, the Penguins and Lanny Flowers and yeah, a lot of those guys they're great guys.
Yep.
very cool.
And
Cool.
the power pop stuff for sure.
Totally.
All right,
I'm
you're
back.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now it's playing
What song is it?
Duran Duran, The Reflex.
The Reflux.
The
Ah,
Reflex.
Duran.
Duran Duran fans?
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
I did my hair like that.
Did you?
I did. I
Nice.
bleached the front of
Nice.
my hair and then the back of my hair when I was
I got to see pictures.
and my dad called me
Sure, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
my dad called me the skunk.
I had the
Hey.
clothes from Merry Go Round, so I
Oh,
had, I had
totally.
the
Wow.
Chess
shirt
King.
with the flap, yeah, and chest,
Chess
king,
King.
and the pants and all that
boy.
good stuff. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
King,
crazy.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Z Cavarici.
We were into them when
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Z Cavaricci's, yes. Yeah, but we were into Duran Duran when the album was just an import. So,
Yeah.
You know, Duran Duran, Adam
This
Ant,
is
a
Planet
bunch of
Earth.
those that we
Yeah.
got into that were just
Because we were into
before
that.
they even hit the States.
Yeah. It's-
And like I said, once again, Kent Worley.
Kent
he's the one
was-
that one of our buddies that lived across the street from me would get us into all these bands before they
Icicle
hit.
Works what was it?
Icicle Works was good, yeah.
But he was the curator of coolness.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, turned me on to Zappa.
Frank
Ooh,
Zappa.
See, the only one I liked was Apostrophe. I didn't really care for.
Yeah. I like all of it.
I know you do.
He's got
But
a
I
large
like all kinds of
catalog.
music.
He does.
Huge catalog.
Huge.
Yes.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Look at the size of that catalog.
He has some interesting thoughts.
Oh,
I respect
yeah.
a lot of his ideals in terms of
Yes.
music, creativity, and
Oh, yeah.
As a philosopher, I think he will stand the test of time better than as a composer.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's personally what I think about Bob Dylan. He would have been a much better poet than a singer.
Hey, you're right on. with
Why do you think that, Michelle?
Yes.
What makes you say that?
Yeah.
What the
And his
heck is he
voice.
saying?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of Dylan,
His
Tangled
kid
up
was a
in
better
blue.
singer.
Oh yeah, Jacob Dylan.
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Much
yeah.
better.
Oh, Wallflowers. Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of Dylan, there was I guess one of the last Motley Crue concerts, and refresh my.
You
The
got
singer,
19
the singer.
seconds.
Singer was singing just like
Dylan.
Dylan.
Wow.
What's his name? Motley Crue.
Yeah, Vince Neil.
Yeah,
Vince
just
Neil.
like it. I'm like,
That's terrible.
all right, here we go.
You're listening to Il Roger, rock talk, and pop culture show on the Fishbowl Radio Network. That was Duran Duran with The Reflex. It's an all 80s Friday night. If you want to keep the ILRAD vibe going all week, don't forget we post each week's playlist on Spotify. And so, tomorrow there'll be an 80s playlist, Charles?
Totally tubular. Yes.
Totally rad, ILRAD. Just search ILRAD in the profiles, and all our playlists from shows past will pop up. So, what do you do when your neighbors their private life gets a little too loud.
Well, the neighbors to the south and east of this are a little bit
Crazy.
crazy, but that's the church, so.
Boisterous.
Yeah. So
They're spirit-filled.
they're spirit filled. Well, let's see. What you do is you blast them out with a little Iron Maiden,
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea.
right?
it.
So,
Yeah.
according to a news outlet in Sweden, a couple in a retirement neighborhood
Sweet.
were
awesome.
getting fed up with their new neighbors who were getting it on
Frisky.
loudly and often, apparently. They decided to take matters into their own hands. They cranked up metal band Iron Maiden to 11.
That might have encouraged it further.
I think
you
it
know?
would have.
I don't know.
The trooper.
Yeah, run to the hills. That would be it.
Oh, wow.
It was all fun and games until the cops showed up and forced their way in while the song Afraid to Shoot Strangers was playing.
Oh,
Yes.
They had that going on repeat. The 81 and 71-year-old were charged with harassment.
nice.
God.
That's metal.
Right? That
so
is
metal.
totally
That is so metal. That's awesome.
But eventually they did get the charges dropped. But yeah, don't mess with those elderly people in Sweden.
Octogenarian metalheads.
That's a life goal right there.
Yeah,
I know, right?
You know?
That'll be me at 81.
Right.
Like, I get that, but like the other couple too, man. I mean, you know,
In a retirement community.
In a retirement community, if
Too many
you're
purple
like,
It's like an
Pills.
ad for Viagra.
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
somebody's having fun.
Right.
Do I want to stop them?
Do I want to stop this thing? That's hey, I don't know. Hey,
What's happening?
I'm not sure. What
So-
should we do?
All right, the newspaper was like that people have been complaining in the community for like over a month.
The
So-
newspaper.
The newspaper.
Oh, boy.
Right?
I would hope that if I was 80, it would be in the newspaper.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So Iron
By
Maiden.
the Cialis.
Sorry, I just cracked Andy.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Not home by the sea, but home by the
Home
Cialis.
by the Cialis.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you a whole new idea.
Yeah.
Right.
It does.
Little Barry White going on.
You got what I need.
Yeah. I don't know. That cracks me up.
Yes, it does. It's very funny.
Yeah.
She has lost it.
Yes. Lost control.
Whoa, the show just went downhill
Yes.
from there.
No. No.
It's a roller coaster.
It is.
Have fun storming the castle.
New meaning.
It's
for
a
that,
marathon,
yes.
not a sprint.
That's right.
Yep.
And that's what the purple pill's for.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah, as you wish.
Oh boy.
We're sneaking in.
So many Princess Bride references here.
So definitely.
Yeah.
Only half.
Oh my goodness. Charles, play some music.
We're at a whole new level.
Just play some music.
Please.
All right.
Sorry.
Here's some U2 Pride.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Did you
Oh,
do
that was
two
fun.
U2 songs?
I did.
You did,
Ah,
Hey,
but that's okay.
because they have two.
Because they have two.
see?
Okay, so
running
what
with that.
was the impetus for the video shoot for Pride? Where did the idea come from?
The idea came from
Yeah.
the march.
No, for the
What are you
video.
talking about? The video.
Oh, I'm thinking Streets Have No Names.
When the
Where
police
where the
showed up
Streets
for
Have No
their
Names.
video?
Yeah, it's the Beatles rooftop concert.
Oh yeah.
And the
Oh.
police showed up and shut them down?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Little stage maybe.
I think it was totally staged.
But it was totally cool. That
Hey,
was
we need
before,
a
Right.
police officer to come up here and tell us to turn it off.
Yeah. Before they got too full of themselves. That happened to us a lot when we were in bands in high school.
Yeah, but nobody cared.
Yeah, I know.
Except
Playing
for the
in somebody's
police.
garage, and the police
Right.
were like, "All right, play Hound Dog, and we'll let you keep playing."
Okay.
Nice.
You know, I want to say probably 2011, one of the concerts we had, we were doing some of the harder Christian bands. We had three or four bands just hardcore.
Yeah.
I'm sure Michael Nobles was probably there.
Oh, wouldn't
Mouth
doubt
of the
it.
South.
Mouth of the
So
South, yeah.
full room moshing and all that in our fellowship hall, and all of a sudden a couple officers walk in the front door. I'm out in front. And we're like,
They
"Can I help
don't just
you?" You
walk
know?
in the front door.
Well,
They-
guns drawn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So apparently, someone would call in.
I'm
Someone was
sorry.
stabbed at our establishment. I'm like, well,
What?
we're metal, but we're not quite
That metal.
That middle. Wow.
So they didn't stop the show. They wandered through the whole facility and wound through this crowd, and eventually left.
And no one had been stabbed.
No one had been stabbed.
It
They
was
were
not
at the wrong
Altamont.
address.
We were expecting Altamont. You let us down. We were assured that there would be Hell's Angels here.
Yeah.
Right. There's probably only time for like one more song.
One more song.
So you pick which song you want it to be.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'm a-
Decisions.
Okay.
cool.
I'm gonna rattle off songs. I'm gonna let you two quickly decide what you want to hear last.
He's a lot better
Okay.
than
All
I
right.
am.
We got Concrete Blonde Joey, Eurythmic Sweet Dreams, Diva Whip It.
Definitely.
Okay. The Cure Forest,
Yes.
Brian Ferry, Kiss and Tell.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Blue Oyster Cult, Burning for You. Kiss Lick It Up. I threw Don Henley, Dirty Laundry.
You're going 80s.
Yeah.
Whip it.
Whip It.
Whip it totally.
I think
You gotta
that
whip
is
it
the-
good.
Whip it good.
It goes great with our
choice.
last story.
Oh,
Awesome.
dude, when I was at the academy, one of the things we had to do was you had to call cadence at least once on a run.
Right.
So, being as it is that, I had no knowledge of cadences at all, I decided to use Whip It as my cadence.
Nice.
It's awesome when you have like 37 people. Whip it into shape. Shape it up. Get straight.
That
Go
really
forward.
works.
Yeah.
Move ahead. Try to detect it. It's not too late. It was
It
awesome.
works.
Move over, Bill Murray, right?
It was so great.
Wow, that's
Oh,
Yes.
they
I
were
see that
yeah,
working well.
they were so not
Nice.
happy with me. It was so great.
Oh my
Wow.
At
goodness.
least you didn't make them wear the flower pots.
No, that would have been cool though. Yes. Had we found.
That was another great show.
Oh yeah.
My parents are on Facebook Live.
Mm-hmm.
They said from the local retirees, you just never know what's going to happen when you have metal knees and metal hips.
Metalheads.
Metalheads.
Metal.
Yeah.
And metal heads.
That is great.
That's awesome.
They
That
are
is great.
I love you so much right now.
Wow.
But she's like my age probably.
Nope.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
Do a closing after this one then.
Your goodness.
We're gonna have to you guys are gonna have to come back. This is just way too fun. We
Yeah.
have more music
Yeah.
to talk about.
Okay.
We have more things
Yeah.
to talk
I would
about.
love to.
Should I do the
You're-
bonus, but the lightning
I'm
round?
only available
Yeah.
every Friday. So
Hey, by the way.
by the way,
All right, we got a
Why'd you do
lightning.
that?
Let's do a quick lightning,
lightning round. Yay.
Okay.
for the.
Will there be actual lightning
keep,
or
hope not. Keep Gift Fling. All right.
okay?
The Clash, Combat Rock.
Okay.
The Fix, Reach the Beach.
Ooh.
And The Call, Reconciled.
Oh, that's the.
Yeah, that's the call.
Wow. You go first.
Okay, I'm keeping the call.
Okay.
I'm gifting Reach the Beach to Greg so that he can learn some words.
Hey, I can. I'm,
glad
I'm
you two
buddies.
know each
I'm
other.
buddies with Cy Kernan on Facebook.
Good.
so, yeah.
Good. That's awesome. Write a
He'll
song with
teach me.
him.
No.
You hate me so much. Write a
Right.
song with Cy. And then I'm flinging the last one.
The Clash.
The Clash.
Clash. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Flinging the Clash.
Ooh.
I go on the opposite. I'm gonna keep the Clash, gift the Fix, and
You're flinging the call?
oh man, Michael Bean's
Michael Biehn.
great.
Yeah.
I know.
The call's great.
I know.
Thanks for making these really.
I
hard.
know, right?
I'm actually-
It's his Sophie's choice.
I'm gonna fling the call. I'm gonna fling the call to you, so you can have it.
So
Touche.
you can play it. So you can play it on the radio.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that's a great one too.
The congregation splits.
Yeah.
All right, we got 15 seconds coming
All
back.
right. So yeah, he told me this time I cannot, because usually I turn it back
throws
on
it on
him
me.
and makes him answer. He's like, nope, not this time.
Not this time.
Not this time. I'm not doing it. I'm like,
Okay.
well, why'd you make it so hard? It's your fault.
I know. I know my audience too well. Here we go. All right.
You're listening to Il Rad, your rock talk and pop culture show on the Fishbowl Radio Network. That was what? Who were we playing? Oh, Devo. Whip it.
Whip it real
Good.
Good.
Whip it good. Apparently, people in Sweden retirement homes are
Try
doing
to
that.
detect it. It's not too late.
Yes. Good.
All right, so I don't know. Were you guys fans of the movie Bill and Ted?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Stallions.
Okay, so Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter recently
It's
came.
pronounced canoe.
No.
Wow.
No.
I'm gonna forever see that now. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah.
Canoe Reeves.
He was so great in The Matrix.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So they made a video in front of the Hollywood Bowl
Mm-hmm.
with news that the whole world has been waiting for.
Yeah.
The Wild Stallions will ride again. Yes.
I saw that.
I do too.
Yeah.
They're going to
we were pretty happy
reunite
about that.
for one last Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Bill and Ted Face the Music coming out
Oh,
August
cool.
2020.
That's awesome.
Ah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So
Nice.
the writer, Ed Solomon, so he was the writer of the previous films, hinted that Bill and Ted are going to find themselves as middle-aged men, and they're going to go back and deal with their younger selves.
Oh, that's awesome.
And play the music they never got to play.
And I loved Ed
Nice.
Sullivan's show, so it should be great, right? He had the Beatles.
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to play some righteous music in the process.
Funny fact: the actor that played Death. On
Yes.
there, he is gonna same actor.
I was
playing
in
on
Bogus Journey.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
His name is
Yeah.
Bogus
Yeah,
Journey.
Richie was an extra in that one.
Richie
so
was.
hopefully,
Richie
hopefully-
fired me.
Yes,
no,
yes,
actually,
yeah,
you
he
told
did.
me Richie fired me, but it was really you.
Hopefully, Keanu won't be
It's
doing
very
what he was doing during
passive-aggressive.
that one. He
No,
was
it's just aggressive,
line,
aggressive.
line, and all it was pretty much whoa.
right.
So I think he's gotten much better since then, probably. So,
Yeah. Well,
What's my motivation?
Whoa.
Well, even that promo video they did, they weren't very enthusiastic like Wild Stallions were. I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're like
Well, I know.
25 years older.
They're actors, though.
They're older.
56 years old.
Yeah. All right.
How
yeah.
that's it. They should have been, someone should have been there. You should be enthusiastic like old people in Swedish retirement.
Exactly.
Well, at least they're not like Walker, Texas Ranger.
wow.
Right.
That's the the next Indiana Jones.
Oh, no kidding.
Aren't they doing another one?
Yes.
Search for
With-
the Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Search for
Stop.
purpose.
Stop.
Ouch. Yeah, there's just they need to find some new material.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
that'd be super great.
You know, you want your characters to go on forever, but
Yeah. Besides, they're supposed to be
You're-
demigods of a futuristic society ruled by who is the comedian?
George Carlin.
George Carlin.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
who's no longer with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's in my world, in my Bill and Ted future, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So how long until they just like start CGIing? You know, like they're gonna just,
Princess
like,
Leia?
Yeah, like forever. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, like
Oh, it's
she's
coming.
just gonna be in every. They're not even gonna have actors anymore.
They're
just
probably not
gonna
even going to have movies anymore. It'll be like a finish your own story book, except
Yeah.
it'll be a movie.
Or just hologram it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still waiting
I
for
don't
him in
know.
pill form.
Oh,
That's what they promised me
we were
years
promised
ago.
robot
Right.
maids, flying cars,
Right.
and pill books.
Exactly.
No kidding. Ah,
Yeah. Steak meal that day.
I
disappointed.
know.
so Roy Orbison going on tour as a.
Oh, I thought you were
hologram.
pointing at him.
Yeah.
That's
And
not
here we
Roy
have-
Orbison.
Yeah.
They're going on tour as a hologram.
Wow.
Yeah, Roy Orbison's quite dead.
Yes.
Yeah, he's deceased.
Little bit.
Yes.
But we miss him every day.
Of course.
Traveling Wilburys.
Yeah.
Any left
excellent.
of that group? Other than
Not Tom Petty.
Nope.
So Jeff Lynne and shock of all shocks,
Yeah.
Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
Yeah,
Bob,
Right.
Bob Dylan will live outlive them all.
Well, Bob Dylan and
Probably.
Keith Richards.
Yeah, they're good.
whoever had those, you
They
won.
Unintelligible
Sold,
from both of them.
right?
Yeah,
Sold their souls to the devil.
something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't think the devil would want them.
Right. It's like, here, it's all good. You
Yeah.
just stay.
Nah,
We're fine.
We're
We're
good.
good.
If I have to listen to you sing for eternity, no, thank you. Okay, so it's about time for us to wrap up this show.
Sure
It's
is.
been fun.
Absolutely.
Yay!
Yeah, we've had a
Hooray for
blast.
fun.
Thanks for being on the show,
Yes.
guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having us.
Does anybody else think that Keith Richards looked like a zombie pirate?
He does.
That's what Jackson said. I was like scrolling through the TV one day, and he goes, "Hey, it's a zombie pirate." And I said, "Yes, son, it
It
is."
is.
Is he part of that? He's not part of that Hollywood vampire, though, is he? That's
No, no,
well, no, the band. There's the
that's Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, but it's
They can play together.
Alice
But what they
Cooper.
did, and he played his dad.
Oh, that's
In
right.
the Pirates
perhaps.
movies,
That's
he
right,
played
he
his
did.
dad. He
Yeah.
really was a zombie pirate. He
He
played
was
his
a zombie
dad.
pirate. There you go.
Huh.
Forgot
I
about
gave
that.
up on Pirates of the Caribbean 20. I don't know how many they put out. So
They run
yeah.
together.
The Wrath of Khan.
A little bit. The Wrath of God.
Khan.
Hey, at least that. Speaking of Star Trek, if you're gonna remake like a timeline, at least have some alternate timelines.
that
At
was
least they
brilliant.
were creative about that.
That was so
Yeah,
brilliant.
They took things that people loved
Right.
and they just
And clearly, it wasn't
Yes.
going to be the same. So
No.
you come up with this stunning excuse to make everything messed up.
exactly.
I don't know. I liked it myself.
I liked
I-
it too. I didn't care
enjoyed
for the
it.
Khan
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
because they
a
lied
little-
to us.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
they were liars to us. They be liar to me. Khan.
So, you've got some more music? Okay, he's got a
Okay,
song.
we've got-
We're going to
Yay.
wrap up the show. Don't forget to tune in next week when Harvey Marino, owner of the Multiverse Comics, Collectibles, and Games, join us on the
Nerd night.
show.
Can we come
Cool.
sit in and just listen?
Be tuning in on that one for you.
Right,
That'll be
we're going to
fun.
have a great time. So we'll see you next Friday night on ILRAD, your rock talk and pop culture show on the Fishbowl Radio Network. We are going to leave you, Charles, with...
Brian Ferry, Kiss and Tell.
All right, have a
Yeah.
great night, and we
Nice.
will see you next Friday.
Good night.
Woohoo. When we can actually hang out on Facebook Live for
Yeah.
a minute.
Few
Oh,
minutes,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
The stream we're done.
Okay, so
Yes.
back to our earlier question about Shazam versus Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Now, so I'm trying to figure out how to say this without giving anything away. I'm a huge Captain Marvel fan.
Right.
Okay.
Went into the movie going, with a huge chip on my shoulder going,
Yep.
Captain Marvel's a dude,
Right.
Yeah.
and I liked it.
Okay.
I was shocked. I really enjoyed the film.
Wow.
So,
Good.
I don't know. I don't know how that's going to translate to your reading, because you're reading current stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Captain.
And I have not.
Okay, so Captain Marvel is
Carol
in-
Danvers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to. I wish they had made the movie after this new acquisition because Rogue could have been in the
Oh,
movie.
man,
And
wouldn't that-
Rogue is
Oh, cool.
my favorite.
Yeah.
So besides She-Hulk, She-Hulk's my
That's your
Ah,
number
there
one.
you
yeah,
go.
she's my jam.
But I mean,
Yeah.
the
I
thing
just
about,
got issue number one.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
But Carol had her own identity even back in the 60s. She was the head of base security for Cape Canaveral.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right. Right.
And then she meets Dr. Lawson, who is secretly a actual traitor, but he died, and Captain Marvel took his identity.
yes,
And so she falls in love with him over time, and da 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 and stuff. And he doesn't return the favor because he's in love with Una, who's this chick. And then
Right.
Jan Rog kills her, and by accident, and
And then
stuff happens. And
everything gets crazy.
But it's really a bit of a dog's breakfast, because they tried to shoehorn stuff into that just because they wanted to get the copyright for the
Yeah.
name. And so they
Right.
just basically threw it all together and just
Yeah.
made a mess.
Mashed
Yeah.
it all
So
up.
I'm really pleased with how they unscrambled the egg.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Cool.
That's very
Cool.
cool.
When I read Captain Marvel, he was in a green and white
Yeah.
outfit, and I had the comic, and I doubt I still have it, where he changed.
Yeah.
Where he went to the,
The
red.
cosmic
Yeah, the
consciousness.
cosmic. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and went to the blue and red, suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything, and
But he
that's
still had
kind of
white
what I
hair.
followed. Yeah.
Still had white hair
Yeah, it was,
at that point.
Yeah, actually, it was blonde.
Eon,
Yeah, blonde.
Eon
yeah.
changed his hair to blonde.
Blonde. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Some
wanna get
nerds,
nerdy?
nerds from way back.
You want to get
Right.
nerdy?
No kidding.
early 70s.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
Well, we're about done. Thanks
All right.
for tuning in, Facebook Live.
Yay.
Thank you guys. This was fun.
Let us know in the comments if you want Andy and Greg to come back.
I still love you, Richie,
Yeah.
even though you fired me and didn't fire me.
Have a great week. We will see you next Friday night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, here we go. All right. That was